Climate change is the greatest threat to mankind.
Impacts of climate change are visible everywhere.
It's climate acting with the landscape, how it affects water resources, how it affects agriculture, and how it affects livelihoods.
The primary objectives of this workshop is to bring the different groups of people working on the climate change issues, is to share knowledge and experiences among the groups.
Aujourd'hui, on est en train d'en parler, on est en train d'échanger. Beaucoup de gens qui sont ici ne travaillaient pas sur ces questions il y a un an. Ils y entrent, mais avec des compétences dans d'autres domaines. Donc, en fait, il y a énormément d'expertise qui va se déverser dans ce domaine.
A workshop like this gets people together to share their experiences and sometimes difficult ideas that are not there in print, difficult views can be shared.
The second one is to share this community experience into the scientific community.
This is an enormous problem which is only just beginning to be recognized, and it's going to go on for a long while.
We took all the participants to the field.
I'm standing in front of the Ganges River as it enters Bangladesh a few kilometers upstream of here. But what we're likely to see is more flooding, and during the dry season it's likely to get drier, which will affect the people in this particular part of the country who are already suffering from water stress.
People who are under pressure, they are into critical stage now when their only source of income, one crop, is gone.
Total dripping water irrigation. It's local technique. He is cultivating these varieties of wheat named Shatabdi. It's a high-yielding varieties.
You need a mix both of the kind of expert knowledge that comes from a PhD with that of the local land user and see how the two can complement each other.
There are many technologies, local technologies, tools and methodologies, approaches, how to reduce the vulnerability of communities and how to increase the resilience on climate change.
Climate change is here and now, and doesn't matter, even if we don't produce any more greenhouse gas, certain things will have to be done.
We need to understand that adaptation is not just a quick technological fix, but that it requires finding solutions at all levels, from the village to school, the household, up to the international policy arena and everything in between.
We need a lot of input, a lot of understanding and a lot of sharing of resources and of ideas.
The challenge we have is to keep local communities involved in this global climate change discussion and to think out of their concerns in the first place, not out of the concerns of the big policymakers.
The solution to adaptation for the poor is development. We can climate-proof development. Technically, this is fairly straightforward. We have the methodologies to do that.
The real niche for development NGOs is to look at how to increase participation of community, build community pressure, to go through a whole process with these development efforts, to incorporate risks at each level.
There is this growing awareness that this is now becoming a very relevant topic. We have the attention of people, we have the attention of countries, we have the attention of the media. Our task now is to reach out with a crisp, clear message and ideas on what concretely can be done by funders, by communities, by organizations, by the media. What is going on? We have a lot of ideas and awareness, but we have to become crystal clear. The event helped a lot. We can do much more.
What we've seen from this series of visits is that local farmers, local communities are going to be the key actors in fighting climate change, in adapting to the sorts of impacts that we're seeing increasingly evident. That adaptation has to be combined with a strong commitment to cutting greenhouse gases amongst the main emitting countries, because the longer we wait to do that, the worse the impacts of climate change are going to be and the more difficult that adaptation process will be.